Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be looking at some basic grammar rules for English. So in this video we'll just be looking at some grammar rules. English grammar, a very confusing topic is when to use will and when to use going to when we refer to the future. Both refer to the future and there is a slight difference between the two. Though, in most cases they can be used interchangeably with no difference in meaning. Even if you misuse them, a native teacher is going to understand you without any problems. So, they are the same, and even if you do misuse them, someone will probably still understand you. But there are some rules to use will and going to. You know what I mean. I will travel to Japan next year. It's a decision. I am going to study German. It's a plan. So it's a decision, which means you will do it, you won't do it, you haven't decided yet. And then it's a plan. A plan, like I'm going to do this first, this second, and this third. Will versus going to. This is just some examples. Lots of people will invite him out. It's a decision. They are deciding to invite him, so it's a will. I won't get the same opportunity again. So this is won't get and will not get, won't is just will not, so it's I will, just with not get, because it's negative. So I won't get the same opportunity again, because he's deciding, he's saying like, yeah, I won't, I'm deciding that I won't. Will they ask him personal questions? This will is different because it's used as a question, but it is still them deciding to, that it's still, they are reversing to they, and they are making a decision whether or not to ask him personal questions. So, because it's a decision, it's will. Even though it's used as a question, it's just a bit harder to understand. When do we use will? That was just explained. Also, that is just a different because it's used as an example, not as this topic. That's why it is in these. So that just doesn't make anything. We use will to predict future situations and actions. That's what I said before. Yes, I don't need to. That's just using, that's will, we're deciding. We decided to use will to predict. Now if we're going to, next week I am going to visit my local office in Brighton. It's making a plan. I'm not going to do any sightseeing this week. He's making a plan not to do that. Are you going to do any sightseeing? Firstly, he just said no. So, yeah, back on topic. It's a decision. It's not a decision. I mean, it's a plan. He's planning not to do it. So he's asking, you is referring to this guy who just said I'm not. And he made a plan not to do it, so you use this. If you want to do will, you do any sightseeing, because that's him deciding if you will. Going to, because it's a plan. I'm not GT to going to, anyway, because it's a plan. not to. It's not a decision not to. When do we use going to? That's just like this one, and so is this one. They're just describing it. We don't need to talk about that. When to use going to. The structure be going to is normally used to indicate the future, but with some type of connection to the present. We will use it in the following situations. When they've already decided or we intend to do something in the future, a plan. The decision already made. They're going to retire to the beach. I'm going to accept the offer. So, it connects to the past because the decision's already been done. Will is you saying the decision. You just made it. What are the definite signs that something is going to happen? Something likely to happen is based on the evidence or experience you have. I think it's going to rain. I just felt a drop. I don't feel well. I think I'm going to throw up. Throw up equals vomit. Because it's your experiences, just asking. I think I will throw up. That also works. I think it's going to rain. It doesn't really matter. What's going to happen? So there's also when there's something about to happen, get back. The bomb is going to. So is going to is about to happen. When do we use will? For what we'll decide to do now. So no plan, just doing it now. I will go to toilet now. I will do my work now. There's no plan. There's no, I'm going to do my work at 5 or 1 p.m. Nope, just will. Make it on the spot. When we think or believe something about the future, it can also be as a prediction. I think this will happen in the book. It's not a plan, and it doesn't have any connections to the past, so it's a will. Yeah, but you can also use going to because it does have a connection to the past because it's what happened in the book or what happened in the life or what happened in the movie or what happened in the whatever. To make an offer or a promise or a threat. I'll give you a discount if you buy it right now. I promise I will behave next time. We'll take you to the movies if you like. So you just forgot to write the book. I will give you, I promise I will, and I will take you. So you're just making an offer. You don't use I'm going to take you to the movie because you don't have a plan. You just made it up on the spot. That kind of refers to the first one. You won't when someone refuses. I told him but he won't do it. Use won't when someone refuses. So won't is that. So will. Will is good and correct and positive. Won't is would not. Because won't doesn't work, so we use won't. That is negative, no, other things. So won't is the negative of will, like yes and no. Future predictions, as you can see, both will and going to can be used to make future predictions without having a real difference. You can also compare them. If someone asks, "Are you busy this morning?" If I respond, "Yes, I'm going to the movies," I'll use going to because it's a plan I made earlier. If I haven't made plans and it's just rapid decision, you'll use I will. Or you could use I'm probably, because probably is a chance word. Where is my pen? Probably is a chance word. So you just made the decision, you don't know, so you can use going to even though you don't have a plan. Both will and going to are possible in this situation because we are predicting what will happen since we haven't made any plans. So going to does work even when you don't have plans, but only in predictions. Important. In the simple future, it's not always clear which to use and speak as in mind. Often there is more than one way to insert sentence meaning. No future in the times clauses. Like all future forms, the simple future cannot be used in clauses beginning with time expressions such as when, while, before, after, and by. The time, as soon as, if, unless, etc. Instead of simple future, simple present is used. So basically, when you start a sentence, with one of those words or another future word, you use present and not future. So you'll use when will we go to the movies? So are we going to the movies? We use present. And we use past. We use something else. Examples: when will you arrive tonight? Because we'll go out to dinner. Incorrect. When you arrive tonight, we will go out for dinner. Yes, you don't use you will in that sentence because you use because it is certain, because it is started with because will is a future word and when is a future word. So you can't future the future. So you just remove it. Adverb placements in below show the placements for grammar adverbs such as always, only, never, ever, still, just. You will never help him. Will you ever help him? You're never going to meet Jane. Are you ever going to meet Jane? Yes, so same. So there's just no difference basically. Active/passive. John will finish the work by 5 p.m. Passive. The work will be finished by 5 p.m. passive. So when you use a noun and you talk about someone, it's active, and when you don't, it's passive. Will still applies. See, the same thing. This time the work is a noun, not John. Sally is going to make a beautiful dinner tonight. Active. A beautiful dinner is going to make it by Sally tonight. So when you use something that isn't a person or is a passive object before the person, it becomes a passive sentence. That's all you need to know basically. And with this happy animation, this is another great lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please support the channel. Hope this helped you. Goodbye.